Actually, okay, here we'll
Nicholas
deviate from
is
that for a
the
little bit. We'll
whole
come back to that a little bit. So on the scan you sent me, coincidentally, I was looking at this the other day, Kamui, this Boruto scan of Boruto having purple lightning. I was thinking this would be funny to bring up. I was like, nah, I couldn't bring this up. But since you already brought it up, I pretty much have to bring this up. So Boruto has 3 stars as a stat in unarmed combat. This implies there's a difference between armed combat and unarmed combat. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Asuma is more skilled than Might Guy at Taijutsu.
No. So in
Based on
that
that.
case, what that would mean is actually the opposite. It would mean that Asuma is worse at taijutsu, and what they really mean. So if you want to get into this, so close arm. Well, actually, well, 2 things. One is I believe the data book says close arm.
That's what I really mean.
Combat
but
versus close armed with a D combat. So I believe it's close arm. Close armed would mean with weapons, and what that would just mean is Asuma's better, using weapons like his nunchuck things, or not nunchucks, his whatever his hand blade things are called, versus Might Guy's nunchuck.
I would argue that is that a data book stat, because I think Might Guy with his nunchucks is way better than Asuma with those.
Well, he's stronger and faster
Absolutely,
than
I
him,
agree.
but I don't think he's more skilled than Asuma with weapons.
I think he was
Close
more
arm
skilled
combat.
anyway, but regardless, it says close arm, which would just mean close range.
Yeah, so unarmed and then close armed are the difference here. Because we have 2 different.
No. Oh well, it's not the difference, but it is a difference. It depends on what you meant by the difference.
This leans more into my direction, though.
No, it doesn't.
Because an unarmed combat stat exists, which implies the close armed combat stat is not unarmed combat.
Oodie, you need to listen. The databook statement does not say close armed with a D, an ED at the end. It says close arm, no ED. So close armed would be the opposite of unarmed. One would be weapons, one without. Close arm just means close combat. That's what the Asuma statement.
I don't care
about,
if it's close armed
which is absurd.
or close arm. The point is that they're 2 different stats. They're making the clarification. They're making the distinction. They're different.
The Boruto databook doesn't have a armed combat stat.
It doesn't need to. The fact that it exists at all, it's the same franchise, and the Naruto databook has a close arm stat.
Well, frankly, it's not even necessarily. Unarmed combat isn't even necessarily taijutsu. It just means without weapons. That would include using genjutsu and ninjutsu. That's not armed combat. It just means he's not using his freaking shuriken in kunai. No unarmed combat is even inherently taijutsu.
Okay, so then you agree that Asuma's more skilled.
No.
Are nunchucks even a weapon?
Yes. If the freaking hand blades are, nunchucks are.
No, hand blades are way more weapony than nunchucks. What are
no, they're not,
nunchucks?
Bro. He literally wears them. Like, at least my guy like swinging it around like a weapon.
It's a martial arts. It's an art form, Kamui.
It's like saying gloves. It's like saying gloves are weapons. That's what
No, it's an art, not a weapon.
Bro, Asuma wears some like gloves, okay? If those are weapons, nunchucks are definitely weapons.
What Might Guy is doing is being an artist. What Asuma's doing is being a weaponist. That is my compromise.
Alright.
Just accept that one database statement is complete cap.
No.
I'm about to head out and get some rest.